Hello guys, I'm Grandmaster Max Illingworth, and in today's video I'd like to play a Blitz game and share with you my thoughts as I play this game, and I hope you'll enjoy my commentary on this game. So let's get straight to it. So I got a game very quickly, actually against a 2195 player, so I hope that I can share something of value in this game. So Caro-Kann defense, I'll play d4, and I've been telling my students to play e5, so let's play this ourselves, to practice what we preach as such. I'll play my knight to f3, so I'm just developing my kingside pieces, since it's fairly clear that the pieces belong on these squares as such. And okay, I'm sort of curious to see how long it's taking these moves to play, but fortunately I don't seem to be lagging that much, which is good. So this c5 is a fairly typical break to try to attack the center. I'm going to play d takes c5, and he plays knight d7. Let's play c4 and try to open up the center while we have a very small lead in development, since black still needs some moves to get the king castled kingside. If he plays d takes c4, then interestingly enough I might not take back with the bishop, but instead I might play knight to a3 and try to take with the knight, so that I can try to get access to this very nice d6 outpost with this sort of maneuver of the knight, as it were. I mean, the only problem black really has is that his bishop is sort of stuck. If he could play knight c6 and bishop e7 and get the king castled, then I think black would be doing quite well. And it's true that black has a little bit less space, but I find that's not such a big problem in the Caro-Kann, in that, for example, this bishop already has a nice diagonal. It's not like, say, the French defense where the bishop is stuck on c8, as it were. He's taking so long on his moves, I was actually a bit worried that I disconnected and lost here. So I'm quite happy that's not the case, honestly. I'll play knight c3, just to see how he'll deal with this piece tension. Honestly, dc4 is probably quite a reasonable move for black in this position. I do realise some of you might be wondering, well, weren't you supposed to be retired, Max? But actually I only retired from classical chess. I didn't retire from Blitz chess as such. So I guess black is probably fine after knight c6, but that's sometimes what happens in chess, where your opponent plays good moves and ultimately don't get anything special out of the opening. But if you're a good player, then often you can create chances for yourself later. And that is what I will do my best to do here. So I like bishop g5 for some reason. Don't know if it's any good, maybe just h6. But okay, I'm sort of not sure what my plan should be. I want to play knight b5, but I think rook c8 might be a decent defense. But I don't really see anything better, so I'll try knight b5 and I'll see what happens. Maybe I can try to get the bishop pair advantage later on in the game, and maybe that will give me some small chance for an edge. But I think realistically it should be very decent for black. Ultimately, black doesn't have any weaknesses, and the fact that queens are off also makes it much harder for me to use my small lead in development in such a position. I really want to make b4 work, but the problem is that he'll simply take it. So I think I'll play bishop to e3 and just continue developing normally. If he plays a6, I'm sure his position is absolutely fine. But let's see what he comes up with. It's funny, he's actually spent quite a lot of time on his moves in this game, so I can probably flag him if I really want to. And honestly, I do want to, because even though I'm not such a competitive player, I still have that competitive streak in me. It never really dies. So okay, he's basically misplayed this a bit, because now he has some problems dealing with the pin along the c-file. I was about to say king e7 is probably a good move, isn't it? And indeed, if bishop c5, he can play rook c5. But then I have rook e6 at the end as a nice intermezzo. And while I'm not really better, at least I sort of can play this position, let's say. And knight c6 is a little curious. I can take on a6 and win a pawn, right? King d6 is a move. So I have to be a bit more modest maybe. And perhaps bring... tough question. I'll go with my original idea of f4. Just try and get my bishop more active. Let's ignore his threat and attack the knight. Bishop c6, I'll pre-move. And okay, I'll have to play a little more quickly because we're getting a bit low on time. But essentially I want to get my king active and I want to try and win this a6 pawn because that's his weakness at the moment. And that lets keep his rook tied up and not let him free his position so easily. If rook h4, he will get a passed h pawn, but I think my connected passed pawns will probably win the day here. So I'll go king d3, rook f4, hey? I'll keep it safe, king to e3. Because if it becomes a pawn endgame with rook f5, then I think I would win that pawn ending. So that's why he keeps the rooks on. Rook b5, don't have time to calculate if h4 works. So let's keep improving the position. If rook b4 works, is what I meant to say. So okay, he has to come up with some move. Objectively, I think it should be a draw, but maybe I can try something fancy. Like moving quickly is probably a good example. So let's go rook b4 for the hell of it. I'm pretty sure this is quite good for me actually, because I will have the outside pass pawn, right? Maybe I can just tempo him out of moves and put him into Zugzwang as such. And okay, I can maybe go king c4 after king c6. Okay, he's going to flag anyway, and the engine house will tell me, how much I missed in this game as such. So let's close this. Yeah, I mean, it's true. My play in this game was very ordinary, and I think probably vindicates my decision to retire as such. Because, yeah, basically I would like to think I'm a better chess coach and I'm a player as such. In any case, perhaps we can have a very quick look at the game where, okay, basically, you can say that the opening was fairly normal. It is true that, because I haven't studied opening theory for so long already, that I completely forgot what you are meant to do against c5. I remember now that you're meant to play c4 and basically meet dc4 with knight a3 and try to get your knight into the game that way. So that's probably where I would look if you want to fight for an advantage against this system. I think in the game Black's position was just very decent, and ultimately I probably didn't play it in the best way. After knight c5, I have a feeling I probably missed something intelligent in this position, but I'm not sure what exactly. Maybe bishop e3 is a bit better, just to attack the knight with a tempo, and then knight c3 after that perhaps. So after knight c3, I think this ending was just totally fine for Black. And yeah, I mean, with this game, honestly, it wasn't all that interesting. It was just one where I kind of won because he ran out of time. I think at the very end of the game, I'm not even sure if this is actually winning for White necessarily. Because let's say, for argument's sake, if he plays king c6, I think my idea of king c4 might not actually work, where I was sort of wondering if he could just play e4 here, and play this sort of standard breakthrough idea, where he plays g4, and he uses the fact that my king is not really in the square of the pawn as such. So if hg4, then I certainly can't stop this pawn from queening, as it were. Okay, I guess I could play king e4 as another possibility, and I guess he'll play king b5, and we can do a little counting here to see how many moves it takes for White to queen versus how many moves for Black to queen. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Black to queen, and for White it'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as it turns out, it's actually probably winning for Black if anything in this position. So okay, so it's true that while my play in this game was not very good, hopefully it can provide some entertainment all the same as such. And yeah, I guess it shows that it's sort of better sometimes to be lucky than to be good as such. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know any questions or any comments you have below. And yeah, if you enjoyed this content, then please subscribe, and it'll keep you updated with more of these awesome videos I want to share with you. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.